Hi guys, Spinosaurus Reviews, and today I'm going to do another review on another Haolonggood sauropod. This time it is the 1 to 35 scale Amargasaurus. So Haolonggood have been absolutely smashing it with these 1 to 35 scale sauropods. Hopefully they do more in the future, especially a Diplodocus, because then that'll give us the big four from late Jurassic North America, because we've already had the Brachiosaurus, Apatosaurus and Camarasaurus. We just need Diplodocus now, which I think would be great in a 1 to 35 scale. So we'll get on to the Amargasaurus, which is probably the most sort of reasonably sized one. Sorry, it doesn't want to stand on this plinth I've got here. It's about the same sort of size as the old 2006 Carnegie Amargasaurus. I do have it, it's just on my top shelf at the moment, so I can't quite show you a size comparison, but here is the 1996 Brack next to it. So yeah, it's not massive. It's definitely more reasonable, definitely an easy one to store. Again, a bit like the Brachiosaurus, I wouldn't say it's necessarily a toy. It's definitely a display figure. I mean, if you play with this, you're just going to chip the paint off and ruin it. So I can't see this being a toy for anyone, plus it is quite expensive for a toy, so I can see most parents steering away from it for kids anyway. But yeah, so Amargasaurus, not known for having a super long neck. It was quite a short-necked sauropod, but it's known for these neural spines coming off the neck. And the main bit of sort of controversy with them is whether they had webs of skin going between them, or if they were literally just spines. So Haolonggood here has kind of opted for kind of both. They put skin webbing, but then had the ends of the neural spines shown without any skin, which is the most likely hypothesis of the two. Obviously symmetrical double bands down both sides, which is quite odd for a sauropod, you know, to have this sort of ornamentation. Super nice head sculpt, if it focuses. Super nice head sculpt there. You can just make out the teeth in the front. Really fine sort of teeth. Really nice eye. Done in that sort of liquid yellow again with a black pupil. I got this one mainly for the paint job. I really love the green with the orange and yellow that's mixed in there. So I've got this really light green here, sort of like a moss lichen green, and then it goes into this sort of darker green which is patched around, which blends into the orange and then tips into yellow, which I think is really nice. Two colour variants. You got the green, which I went for, and then you got just the brown, which is there. Most Haolonggood dinosaurs have two variants, paint variants. Obviously the green bands into the tail as well. There's actually a bit of blue here dotted out, and then that bright orange tail, whip-like tail, which is really nice. It's probably my it's probably joint second with the Camarasaurus, I think, for the Haolonggood sauropods. But it's definitely one of those that's easier to store on a shelf. See, going to the legs, feet there. Nice little thumb claw, not massive. It wouldn't have been on these guys. Really detailed hand there, or manus. You can see how it goes inwards. And then all the other feet are scaled over, all the other toes, sorry, scaled over. It's just the thumb claw that shows. Same on the rear. Try and get this to focus a bit better. The last toe is scaled over, and the other three claws are showing. Really nice stance. I wasn't sure how I felt about it sort of looking up, but it's kind of like it's about to go to feed, which I really like. And you can see here in the neck how it's reacting, the dynamic pose. You can see the folds in the skin on how it's reacting to the pose of the animal, which I really, really like. See the folds here in the stomach and in the thigh as it walks. You see that on both sides, how the skin's reacting. Which again, really nice detail, which some companies don't think about. I just think it's really nice. Because as I said, Haolonggood at the moment is really filling that void that is needed for scaled sauropods. Obviously Safari and Collect Air bringing sauropods out, sort of trickling out every now and then, every other year or so. But again, they're not scaled well, but they are great if you don't have a lot of space and you like sauropods like me. There's just a missing void for well-scaled sauropods, and Haolonggood at the moment is the only one filling it. So yeah, definitely pick these figures up if you're into sauropods, and you're in the market for the sort of higher scale, larger sauropods, you know, the more impressively sized ones, I guess. Obviously, there's some of the others there. I have all of these: the Apatosaurus, the Mamenchisaurus, the Ampelosaurus, and the Dicryosaurus. And then some of their other models as well, which I will be getting into down the line. I just wanted to go over sauropods really to start with. But yeah, as I said, they're not toys by any means, I wouldn't really say. They're definitely display figures. You wouldn't really want to give this to someone to ruin it with the paint job and stuff. If kids are going to be banging it on things and stuff like that, they are definitely a display model for me personally. As I said, any parent who buys these types of models for kids, very lucky child. There are definitely a lot of sauropod toys out there to be played with. The Brachiosaurus I showed you from earlier, for example, great example. Collect Air do some other ones as well as Safari. They're definitely a little bit better for kids to play with. This brand here is definitely aimed towards more adult collectors, because to be honest, kids don't really care about scientific accuracy and all that kind of stuff like we do. But yeah, if you're in the market for super scientifically accurate sauropods, or dinosaurs in general, because they do theropods, thyrophorans, so stegosaurs, ankylosaurs, all that kind of stuff, ceratopsians, they do all of those as well, so give them a check out. I got this, just like all the others, on everythingdinosaur.com. I'll leave a link to it in the description. Obviously just check that they do deliver to your area before placing an order, just to make sure your area is not affected by the new tariffs that have been put in place and stuff. Yeah, basically. So yeah, that was my review on the Haolonggood Amargasaurus. Hope you like it. Please like, comment and subscribe. Bye.